Welcome to our video that will detail all you need to know about practicum requirement in the MHA program. I am JC Green. I am the graduate coordinator for the MHA and Aging Studies Master's programs. I am one of the first people that you heard from when you were admitted to the MHA program, and I am that main contact point between the MHA and the graduate school. So through this video and our series of videos, our goal is for you to become more acquainted with all the things you need to know as you pursue your MHA. We are glad that you are here. So let's talk about practicums. Practicum placement does a few things for you, right? So first and foremost, it immerses you in the field of health administration and engages you with the organization through agreed upon projects that you will be working on with your site supervisor and the practicum instructor. Ideally, your practicums could set you up for future employment, potentially maybe even some capacity before you even graduate. And if you are already working in healthcare, there is great potential for you to complete your practicum at your place of work, at that organization, but do know that you will have to go above and beyond your daily job roles, your daily work requirements, to get exposure to higher level administrative roles as appropriate to your career goals. Now, practicum is also fulfilling our applied learning requirement of all graduate students at Wichita State have to do an applied learning element. Successful completion of practicum will check that box in DegreeWorks for you for the applied learning requirement. Now, the department does maintain a list of potential sites, so supervisors and practicum sites and locations that you can find in the Blackboard Student Organization page. And this is a great starting point, especially if you have no idea where to begin. Check out that list of where students are or have been placed in the past. But do know that we do not actually place you in a site. You, as the graduate student, are required to connect with that potential site, with that potential supervisor. You are required to establish that placement interview. And then you will be required to provide the contact information of that site supervisor to us, to your practicum instructor early on, as soon as you know that is where you're going, in case an affiliation agreement is needed. So what's an affiliation agreement? All internship sites and partnerships with the College of Health Professions must have an affiliation agreement in place and on file. And this is for liability reasons. We're sending students into a different location and you're earning credit hours for it. So it's very important that we have that contact information of the site and supervisor very early on so we can reach out to establish an agreement if one is not already in place. And then if the organization has their own agreement, they have a specific requirements, so they can't use our standard WSU agreement, it can take weeks to establish because it then goes through general counsel and legal. So that's why it's important to be looking now for your practicum location. But do know after you have that site identified, an agreement is in the works, you as a student will work directly with the practicum instructor and your site supervisor to come up with a project, so project ideas. And then you need to have that approved with the practicum instructor. And then you need to establish a timeline to ensure that you can complete all of the contact hours that you are required to do. Don't stress if you can't meet all your hours in the one semester that you actually enroll in practicum, because you can extend your hours beyond one semester if necessary. In fact, you have a full year to complete a course where incomplete is given. So you could take a full year if you needed to, and obviously if that works with the organization and the instructor. Um, so don't stress that you have to fit it all in one semester. Practicums are aimed to take place around the midpoint of your time in the program. That can vary a little bit if you enter in the fall versus the spring semester, or if you're a part-time or full-time student. But be looking to complete your practicum around the midpoint of the program. This will help you establish a network earlier on while you're still in the program, establish connection with at least one healthcare organization before you're at the very end of your program about to graduate. Now, the number of hours required for practicum are based on a tiered structure determined by the healthcare work experience that you came into the program with, or lack thereof. So we are taking into consideration managerial experience in healthcare. We're taking into consideration just overall healthcare experience, but not necessarily managing or directing anything. And then we take into account students who enter with no healthcare experience whatsoever. Honestly, the more hours and exposure you can get, the better. So these are really minimal hours in the grand scheme of things compared to the real world experience that you need and you should be getting. So if you are not already working in healthcare in some capacity as you enter this program, if you are at all able to, it's highly recommended that you find some kind of even just entry-level job in healthcare while in the program to start getting your feet wet in all things healthcare. But we definitely have students who enter this program as seasoned healthcare managers and professionals. So we definitely take that valuable experience into consideration for reduced practicum hour requirements. But the takeaway from all of this, even though you are in your first semester, you should be looking and considering practicum locations right now, day one of the program. So make that your goal as a new student in the MHA program. Don't get to the semester of practicum and not have a plan. And remember that we are here to help you with ideas along the way. While we can't and won't place you in a practicum directly, you're welcome to reach out to us if you need more suggestions beyond the list of sites that's provided in the student organization page, or if you have another location in mind and you want to check on an affiliation agreement with them, reach out to us so we can help you in the process early rather than the semester practicum should be starting. So we're here to help you in your practicum journey.